So I stopped randomly scrolling on the internet and watching videos like, for example, this one, and just got started and built a Faceless channel that made me $2,300 in the first month of being monetized, as we can see exactly here. And in this video, I'll show you guys exactly how I did it and how you can do it too. Now, for the people who don't know who I am, Stefan, 23 years old, currently make between $30,000 and $40,000 a month with my own Faceless YouTube channels and constantly starting new channels. Then I've made $42,000 with just 2 videos. I've built a channel from $0 to $48,000 in 30 days, and I've helped hundreds of other people do the exact same thing. For example, here Martins, who have helped to scale to $31,000 in one single month, or Stam to get monetized. Here, a student going from $200 to $400 a day. Here, $25,000 in one single week. Here, $4,000 a month. Here, $12,000. Many more, exactly like this one. Now, if you're interested in, getting the same results, check out the first link in the video description. Book a call with me, and I'll have a look how we can scale it up together. Now, that being said, I would say let's get started into the video. So before we can start a Faceless YouTube channel, we need a niche. For that, we need to do niche research. Now, for niche research, we use a dummy account. Now, a dummy account is the most legendary way of actually doing niche research. I'll show you guys exactly how my account looks like in a second, but this is basically an account that we only use for doing niche research. The homepage method, or the homepage, has changed for our advantage. Now, YouTube got extremely good at predicting what we want to watch. So if you, for example, clicked on this video, you will see that more and more videos, like for example this one, will appear on your YouTube homepage. And we can use this to our advantage, or for our advantage, to train the YouTube algorithm to only show us faceless niches on our YouTube home tab. Instead of me explaining how you can do this, let me actually show you how you can set up a dummy account. And once you have a dummy account set up, or once it is set up, you can find endless niches with it. Trust me. All right. Now, before I show you guys how to set this up, let me quickly show you how my dummy account looks like. All right. So this here's my dummy account. We can see all faceless channels, like literally everywhere. We just see faceless channels. Now, before I show you how to set that up, I want you to know what to actually search for, and that's where the niche criteria comes in. Because if we want to start a faceless YouTube channel, there is specific criteria we always look for before starting a faceless YouTube channel. So number one, there are under 5 smaller channels creating content in this niche and that are constantly getting more views than they have subscribers. This means there's high demand and low supply. Then there are no channels with over 100,000 subscribers, no smaller channels failing, the niche is not older than 6 months, I can create better content than my competitors. Am I actually interested in this niche? This is not a must, as long as you build a team that actually has interest in that niche. Is the niche monetizable? Otherwise, you will not make any money. I'll show you in a second how you can actually see that. And then a huge bonus if you can post long videos, because then you can very easily place more ads on your videos, and that means you will make more money from the videos you post. Now, important is that this does not need to be 1000% with all niches you find. All right, don't be over perfectionistic with this, because otherwise you're going to have a hard time finding a niche. Now, recommended tools for niche research is very simple. So I mainly use NextLev, 13 euros a month. I'll link it in the video description. It's basically a no-brainer. It's going to save you so much time. Or vidIQ, the free plan is enough. Now, let me quickly show you guys how to set up an account exactly like this one, and then I'll show you how to do niche research on that account. So you basically create a brand new YouTube account, sign in, and then your account will look exactly like this. What you do then is you literally look up anything. It can be anything from history to, no joke, anything. All right. So I'm just going to look up the biggest houses as an example. Then I'm just going to click on the first video. All right. Make sure that the videos are actually faceless you click on, and you just go here to the sidebar and you just click on the next faceless video, then here on the next faceless video, and on the next faceless video. And this is something you continue for quite a while, right? And then you will see that your YouTube homepage will show you mainly faceless channels, right? So you have faceless. I didn't do it for very long now, but faceless. Everything is just faceless, and I've literally clicked like on 3-4 videos. So this is the most powerful way of actually doing niche research, and I absolutely love it. All right. So for example, here we already have one channel, 20,000 subscribers, doing quite well, I guess. Like, let's see, 70 videos, 2 million views. not too bad. But once you've done this for a while, your YouTube homepage will start looking like this. And then you can see here with next level, for example, the subscriber count and the view count. And this is very important because you only want to click on small channels, like for example, this one, 21,000 subscribers. And let me just click here. And it got 4.6 million views. Let's actually have a look if this channel is monetized. Does not seem to be monetized, but Next Level does sometimes have some glitches. So something I can recommend you guys to just have a look is like sometimes reload the page. Sometimes then it turns out to actually be monetized. Okay, this one not. But let's go to this one just as an example. Now, if you want to see how much this channel is making, you literally just go here to analytics and then you click on here RPM. Then we can see the RPM of this channel. So this is important for us to make important decisions if we want to go into a niche or not. Because if this channel, for example, has a $1 RPM, then I don't know how much sense it actually makes to go into this niche. But here we can see $6 RPM, made $12,000 in the last 30 days, which is pretty good, especially if this channel is only, as you see here, 1 month old. So these are all cool things you can do with Next Level. You can also look for similar channels, right? So then Next Level is actually going to scrape all of the channels that are very similar to this one. And you can have a look at like, hey, how many people actually post the exact same content as, just as an example, this channel. So this is for sure a game-changing product. All right. Now, with that being said, now you guys know how to do niche research. If you want more in-depth details on this, I have a lot of videos on this channel covering exactly that, all right? Then we want to get our channel ready. Now, they are different kind of accounts. They are brand new accounts, aged accounts, personal accounts, and pre-monetized accounts. Brand new accounts are just accounts you can create just like that, brand new. Aged accounts are just very old accounts, which you can buy from 2006 to 2009. That's the age of those accounts. Personal accounts are just accounts you use personally. Those are the strongest accounts you can use. So let's say, for example, the account you currently use to watch this video, you can use that account, usually the strongest accounts. Pre-monetized, I wouldn't start out with this, especially when you're starting out, because they can become expensive. And, I mainly use this, especially when I want to build long-term channels, all right? And then protecting your channel from day one. We obviously always want to protect our channel. So we use different email addresses for every single YouTube account we create. We use different AdSense accounts for every single account we monetize. We use different browsers and different Chrome profiles. This is just to kind of diversify and unlink the channels a little bit. Trust me, your IP is not gonna have any problems. So you do not need any proxies, anti-detect, or anything like that. Guys, I have not been using that once in my whole life and I never had any issues, okay? Then creating the channel, this is not the most difficult thing. This should not take you longer than like 10-15 minutes. Let me quickly show you how you can actually create the logo and stuff like that with AI super quickly. So we use ChatGPT. So then we just go to this exact channel right here. And we go ahead and we make a screenshot exactly like this. Then I want you guys to click here on Explore GPTs and then just look for logo. Exactly, let's load it up. I usually use this one, Logo Creator, Start Chat. I'm sure they're better ones, but I always use this one. Can you create me a logo for a channel called, I'm gonna use the same name, Hidden Planet Ducks, which is in the same niche as this one. You can do the channel name, you can do all of these things with AI, so just don't overcomplicate it. It's super simple to do this. Should not take longer than like 10-15 minutes, like really not. So let's just wait for this to finish and I'll get you guys back then. All right, so here's our logo. It's even better than this one in my opinion. Looks super cool, looks clean. Now you can just add this to our YouTube channel and we're done with the logo. Now we want to warm up our account. We warm up our accounts to increase our trust score. Now trust score is simply how much does the platform actually trust our YouTube channel. Now the accounts we need to warm up is very simple. So new accounts or aged accounts. Now, how do we warm them up? Use them as a normal user. Watch 1 to 2 hours of content per day. Subscribe, like, and comment to different kind of YouTube channels. Please do not act like a bot, all right? Just act like a normal human. Then Do this for 1 week plus to lower the risk of a low trust score. This is not 100%, but it does work. All right, this does for sure work to help you actually, increase your trust score. Then quick note, always have 1 to 2 warmed up accounts ready to go, because once you have a new niche, you need speed. You need to get started as soon as just possible. All right, that's where you need speed. Okay, then we go into video topics. Now, very important, most people just go ahead and copy one-on-one or copy other successful videos one-on-one, and that will never work. So as we can see here, this video here, 2.5 million views, this one 200 views because it's a one-on-one copy. That will not work, all right? Because we have to keep in mind that there is supply and demand on video topics, and supply and demand is not just important in your niche, but also important in the video topics you choose. Now, how do you find demand? You look for recent outlier videos on competitor channels. You look for recent trending formats, but do not copy the most popular videos from your competitors. This is what everyone does, and your videos will fail. I promise you, if you do that, your videos will fail. If you go to this channel, just copy this video, basically one-on-one, your videos will fail, all right? And if you need help with choosing video topics, keep in mind that you can book your call, first link in the video description, and we'll have a look how we can work together like we did with Antonin. We got monetized in just 20 days, or here the student made 4K in 1 month. Just, work together, and we, made sure that he has good video topics. Then for video topics, how can you find supply? Use your YouTube search bar and look for how many people have created the exact same video. If it's been done more than 3 times and you don't have a different angle to that specific video, look for a different topic. I would highly recommend you guys to do this. YouTube will always show your videos to the hardcore fans of that niche first, and if they have already seen that video multiple times, they don't have any reason for clicking on your video except if it follows a different angle. Now, how does a perfect video topic look like? It's a topic that resonates with your audience, so you have to ask yourself, do they even want to watch this? Some topics sound interesting but are super, super boring. Make sure your topic is not boring. Your topic has to be posted on time, especially if it's a trend. Then repeat what has done well in the past. More on this later. I'll show you a crazy case study. Then leverage negativity. Humans respond better to negative things, all right? Now, let's look at the team structure. Now, this is something I need you to set up before you even start with your niche research. Why? Because once you find a niche, you need speed to get those videos out as fast as just possible. Now, you have 3 options when it comes to approaching content creation. You can do it yourself, you could do the hybrid method, or you can fully outsource it. So if you do everything yourself, the advantages are there are basically no costs, 100% profit, you learn new skills, and you have the full control of the channel. The disadvantages are it's not very scalable, extremely time consuming, learning takes a bunch of time, and without you don't make any money. Now, the hybrid method, where you do some and the freelancers do some, this has like low cost. You do what you enjoy, you have more control, and the disadvantages are it's only partially scalable, very time consuming, some capital is required, and without you don't have any income, right? Now, if you fully outsource, this is what we in most cases do. So many of our students start with this and then move towards fully outsourcing. So the advantages are it's not very time consuming, extremely scalable, still over 80% profit margin. You have time freedom, you have experience, you work with experienced freelancers, especially, if we work together, we actually give you guys freelancers. And without you still have income, right? Now, the disadvantages are this does require some initial capital. Now, if you want to know where you can hire these people, for example, a thumbnail designer on X, Fiverr, Upwork, YT Jobs, and Online Jobs PH, I like X and Upwork to hire my thumbnail designers. Then for the script writers, I like Upwork the most. Then we have YT Jobs, Online Jobs PH, this can also be good. Or many people just use ChatGPT, including me. I use AI a lot for example, writing scripts and these kind of things. I do not use AI for editing videos. All right, we'll get to that. But voiceover artist, I would highly recommend just Fiverr or 11 Labs, or you can use GenAI Pro. This is super cool. Very kind of cheap AI voiceovers. Here, for example, $22 for 1 million credits. Super cool. Voices are actually pretty decent. We use this all of the time these days. So make sure to use GenAI Pro. Then for video editor, I mainly hire from Upwork, X, or YT Jobs as well sometimes. but you can also hire from Online Jobs PH. And then for channel manager, if you're running just one channel, you do not need a channel manager. All right. Now you can ask your friends. Okay, you can look for them on Upwork, or you can use one of your freelancers. You can look on YT Jobs or even Online Jobs PH. Now, with the channel manager, you want someone who is accountable, right? Whoops, accountable. Probably written wrong, but you want someone who's accountable, which is extremely important. All right. Then once we have our team, we go into the testing framework. Now I follow this exact process with every single niche I get into to avoid spending money on videos that will never ever work. So we do a niche research. And then, we choose an account. You guys know what accounts are these. You can choose whatever account is best for you. I would use new, personal, or aged. Then we need 10 to 15 videos. All right. These days it takes a little bit longer, 10 to 15 videos. All right. Now keep in mind, go back and have a look at how does a good video look like, a good video topic, because we need good video topics. Otherwise this is not going to be, the testing is not going to be accurate. All right. Now for the script, we're just going to use AI. For the voiceover, we're going to use 11 Labs or even Gen AI Pro. Keep in mind, when we're testing, we want to keep our costs down. Then for the video editor, we're going to use a freelancer. For thumbnail design, and by the way, don't overpay the freelancer. So if it's a very basic video, you can get away with $15 to like $25, right? If it's a basic video. Then for the thumbnail, we use a freelancer or we do it ourselves. Do not do the thumbnails yourself if you have never ever created a thumbnail before. All right, you actually need good thumbnails. Now, some very important things is your video length. Right? You want your video to be 1.5 times longer than your competitor videos. Very simple. YouTube is a business. They want to make money, right? And the person who can keep someone on YouTube for the longest period of time is going to be pushed the most. Now, if your video is longer, you can automatically very easily keep someone on YouTube for longer. Then your thumbnail and your title, like, do what works. All right. Don't reinvent the wheel when it comes to thumbnails and titles. Just do what works. All right. Then let's look at this. Then we go into the posting phase where we post, skip, post, skip, post, post, skip, post. All right. Want to be inconsistent in the beginning. I know it sounds funny, but we just want to show YouTube like, hey, there are humans behind the account. So what happens is you will post and you will not get that many views and then it will start going up. All right. We need this here to happen within the first 15 videos. Now, once this has happened, we then continue to post videos. The cool thing is once this happens, in most cases, you are basically ready to get monetized. I know it sounds funny and crazy, but this is literally how it is, right? Now, if nothing happens and you don't get any views, all right, you don't take these videos off YouTube. You just leave them on YouTube because it might be that they actually explode here at the back, like 2-3 months later. But you don't post any more videos, all right? Now, the reasons why a channel might fail is because of the niche. Maybe your video topics suck, your packaging, your video length, or you have a bad channel. These can be all reasons why a channel fails. Now, important is that you always go back and try to understand, why did my channel fail? You want to know the reason why a channel failed to be able to actually, do it better the next time. Now, in case of a channel failing, you always go back to niche research, so to the drawing board, and you do this exact process again until something works, all right? Then, now we probably come to everyone's most favorite part, how to actually make money from YouTube. Now we have YouTube's partnership program. This is the easiest way to monetize your videos, where YouTube pays you directly for the views you get. Now for the YouTube partnership program, we need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Now I know this sounds super, it sounds a lot, right? But the people we work with get to this point in 3 to 6 weeks on average. And we just had someone doing it again yesterday where, here Petra and Tom literally blew up their channel, 6 weeks, all right? And then it completely blew up and they hit their first 1,000 subscribers. You guys can read through this. But by the way, if you're interested in, getting the same results, check out the first link in the video description. Book your call with me. We'll have a look how we can scale it up together. Now, how much money can you actually earn? So there are two different metrics. So CPM, cost per 1,000 views. How much advertisers pay per every 1,000 views or impressions on their ad. And then we have RPM, revenue per 1,000 views, how much you earn for every 1,000 views, all right? If you have a $5 RPM, for 1,000 views, you get $5. For 10,000 views, you get $50. For 100,000 views, $500. For a million views, $5,000. For 10 million views, $50,000. Now, quickly ask yourself how difficult it is to get, let's say, for example, your goal is 10K a month. 10K a month. How difficult would it be to get 2 million views a month on topics people are already interested in, but they can't find anything about it on YouTube? All right, you can give the answer to yourself. It's not the most difficult thing, but obviously it does require work. Now, keep in mind, if you're interested in working close with me, check out the first link in the video description, and let's see if we can put you on this board as well. I'm pretty sure of that. If you put in the work, then it's going to be easy stuff. Let's scale up your channel to 18K as well, or even here, $4,700 or $8,000, and many, many more. Check out the first link in the video description, book a call with me, and we will see each other on the call.